Can we talk about how? Sorry.
Goddamn. Okay. Yes.
We gotta talk about Doña Claudia, okay? Because
who?
Doña Claudia, my mom.
So it's Father's Day, and
There's two things that I want to mention. One, I want to let the podcast know that my mom thought that picture of the nuns.
Oh yeah, she thought that the nuns were
chismeando. They really she thought they were chismeando. She didn't realize they had like cigarettes and that they were doing stuff that they weren't supposed to. And two, my mom proved to us multiple times today how roasting your family members is like a thing. She called me and Alex stupid because we were trying to get like these like pictures out of this closet that she filled with God knows how much shit in there. And she goes, this is why y'all don't know how to do anything. Y'all can't figure stuff out. She called us. She's like, yeah, she's like, y'all don't have abilities for nothing. Move out the way. And I was like,
damn,
what?
Put you in your place.
And then, but it was going back to how like we were talking about like family members roast you for like everything. And like as Hispanics, you just kind of like, nobody can talk shit about you because your parents already do it for you.
I was showing them the clips of us saying that and how people were reacting to it online and how people were saying like, yo, me too. Like my parents roast me too. And my mom was like, immediately was like, okay, so when you were little, you were like really upset because people kept making fun of you for your ears. So I sat you down and I was like, babe, do you have big ears? Yes, you have big ears. You're gonna have to live with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can't do it. And like I remember
that's on good parenting.
I remember like I don't remember the details, but she goes, and you were just sitting there like you know, with this face of like, but I don't want to have big ears. Like, you know, she was like, no, you're gonna have to get like stop. Like, and then she went on to roast me more, and then she roasted my bullies too. She goes, it's okay, they're ugly, and you can't fix that. And like this and that, and I'm just like, hold on, like my mom was going in, but like it just goes to show, like she was like, no, like you got big ears, fucking deal with it. It's game over. Like that's where that conversation ends. Whenever they tell you something, you're like, yeah, so what? And then you move on because that's not something you can change, just like their ugliness. And I was like, damn, huh? But then we were in the middle of having those conversations about like parents roasting each other, and then my dad's just sitting there eating like soup, and he's like, yeah, we're bullies. We're all bullies. And then we're just like, yeah, it's true. Mexican parents don't give a fuck.
They really don't.
I saw crazy. On a completely different note, I was watching, I kept on getting updates about this Marilyn dress and Kim Kardashian.
Oh, again?
And I saw
again,
and because
somebody posted a fucking picture of the back of the dress.
Oh, the back of the dress now,
But I saw a picture of Ana de Armas as Marilyn, and I was like,
who?
Ana de Armas.
She's a Cuban actress.
She's that Cuban actress that played. She was in No Time to Die.
I don't know.
And she was in the latest movie with Ben Affleck where she was like the crazy wife or whatever.
No, I didn't watch it.
It was good.
Nice.
It was good. She looks good.
Yes.
She looks great in the Marilyn biopic.
She's kind of skinny as hell for a Marilyn biopic, but
when did she do this? When did this biopic come out?
It's not out yet. They just showed like a sneak peek of how Ana de Armas
it's about to come out.
I think
it's in production right now.
Yeah, I think they're still filming.
I think they did a good job at picking a girl who actually has Marilyn's more face shape.
Yeah, but the only thing that I was thinking is like Ana de Armas has like a very thick accent.
She does.
So like how are they gonna hide that?
I don't know. And also I don't think she looks like Marilyn. She has like this big eyes and like big
I agree.
lips. Like I don't think
she looks good like that.
At all.
But I was like, oh shit, like this is kind of jarring. Like she looks good because she's pretty.
But yeah, exactly. She looks good because she's very pretty.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, she looks nothing like Marilyn Monroe, and like she just
her face is rounder too.
Yeah. So
really,
I don't understand.
She has a very similar face shape to.
She's very like
petite
so?
Because Marilyn was really tiny.
I'm just worried about this accent.
She's really worried about the accent. I do think so.
She really does.
Thick accent. You could tell she's Cuban.
Yeah, well, and I feel like typically, like, you know, I mean, people.
And she's gonna have to sing. You know they're gonna have to do the happy birthday.
The what? Probably.
No, she's gonna have to sing. You know they're gonna have to do happy birthday.
I was gonna say actors do different accents all the time, so I'm sure they had, you know, some kind of coach or whatever. But I'm like, but then why didn't she use that before?
Right.
You know, I'm like, how much better are you gonna get in a couple of months coming from somebody who used to have a Hispanic accent?
Even in the fucking even in the movie with Ben Affleck, she is like they're in New Orleans, and she is, you could tell.
Yeah.
Like heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She just learned English like in the last couple of years.
Yeah. It's crazy. I'm like,
she talks about like, I don't remember. I feel like, I don't think I'm making this up. I feel like I remember seeing like an interview like recently where one of the first movies she did, she was like, I couldn't even read the script. Like she didn't know English whenever she got casted in that movie.
Interesting.
It's like unbelievable the things that white people can do.
what do you mean? Like change their accent?
No, like you get cast. You can get casted in a
like
movie.
the privilege they have. Yeah.
That
like
you
just
don't.
because she's like white complected that she could get like the
It's like,
role,
what do you mean? You don't speak
yeah.
the language that the movie is set in?
I want to know what the thought process was. Like she's always been a brunette in every other movie. So it's like, how did you think
She's
that she was
blonde.
like that she was?
I think
that this was going to be a good fit. Are there no other girls that can play Marilyn?
I mean, they've had a lot of other girls play Marilyn Monroe. I feel like they had
I don't know. I'm not like deeply in touch with Marilyn like that.
Heath Ledger's
Michelle Williams.
Yeah, Michelle Williams played her, and I think she played her pretty well.
I was gonna see, like, that's a good, like, she has like kind of like similar eyes. She still has a very like kind of like short face. Like I think Marilyn had like a longer, more like heart shaped face.
She did have a heart shaped face, yes,
right.
And I do agree on that one for sure.
But Michelle Williams is a good option. She played it for what?
It was like another biopic, I think.
How many biopics have there been?
Of Marilyn?
Of Marilyn? God knows a lot. It's
really?
called
Seriously?
I haven't seen one that's worth a damn.
I haven't seen a one.
This one's called My Week with Marilyn, and it was like it was a short snippet of just, it wasn't necessarily a biopic, I think, but it is like a movie with, it's Michelle, it's Eddie, Red, whatever. And it's basically just talks about like her life, I think right before she died, like what she was doing right before she died, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So they might not do the happy birthday then.
I don't know.
Might just reference it.
But maybe. She did a good job at playing like the voice, which is very important. But I mean, it's Michelle Williams, so like I really like going back to the voice. I don't know how they're gonna make that a thing.
Yeah, it's crazy
because she has a very, very, very thick accent.
Yeah, it's like seriously thick. Mm-hmm. I mean, it gives it like, if she's just speaking, like she's very adorable because you can tell she's
girl,
like. You know,
I was in Shakespeare in high school with my thick ass accent, so truly anything is possible.
She said, "Truly anything is possible."
It's baffling to me that you say you have an accent because like you don't sound like. Well, I mean,
was it thicker in high school?
Way thicker.
Way thicker, really?
Yeah.
I never noticed that we have a Texan accent, but people from outside of Texas
you have
notice.
an accent for sure.
I have an accent.
Yeah, big time.
I think I have an accent.
Yeah. People from outside of Texas will always be like, "I can tell you're from Texas."
When I've gone to LA, when I've gone to New York, they're like, "Oh, yeah, you do."
You can see
or like even really, now, like lately, it's happened like kind of a lot more, which I'm like, "What's happening?" But like my accent is not like as obviously like as prominent as it used to be. So I feel like a lot of people just don't think that I'm like not from the States necessarily. But even now, like a couple weeks ago, some like people have just been coming up to me lately being like, "I love your accent." I'm like, "What's happening?" Thank you. I kind of love that because I grew out of my accent and everybody was like, "You don't have an accent. You sound American." And I was like, "Oh no." Oh no.
Whenever I first met you, I didn't think that you were born in another country. When I first met you, I was like, "Oh, she has a very good American,
folks.
American accent." And it wasn't up until you spoke Spanish that I was like, "Oh, you're from like Latin America. You're not even from like Mexico."
No, that's what one of my coworkers said that the other day because they were like, "When did you come to the States?" And I was like 15, so like 2013, and they were like, "Oh, so you're foreign." And I was like, "You foreign?" Yeah, I guess.
Like if you put ethnic in your resume, it's real.
Yeah,
it's not just like
they're like, "Oh, that's on you."
Yeah, it's not just like
it's like, yeah, baby,
affirmative action. Like it's just like
this ain't my home.
Yeah. It's like for real. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
but
But I like it now when people like compliment my accent. I'm like, I don't know which part you're talking about, but thank you.
I'll take it all.
But thank you.
I'll take it absolutely everything.